Welcome back to the show, the eternal show. We're never gonna die. We're gonna live forever. It's raining and it's Mother's Day. It's raining in Chicago, but it might not be raining where you are. Oh, we're gonna play some games and talk about stuff. Yes.
Very professional of you to continue to finish the song despite me just massacring my elbow right now and dying.
Oh, you did? I didn't even notice.
I hit it on the chair and I want to throw up.
Oh, did you hit the funny bone?
Oh,
is
no,
it
I just
laughing?
hit the elbow.
Oh,
The worst of all the bone bows. Elbow's not even a bone bow. Bon.
The bazone.
Oh, the pizzone. I just talked about the Pizza Hut pizzone last night. That's so weird.
Right. I love Pizza Hut, y'all. A lot of people don't. A lot of people aren't with me on that.
No, it's the trashiest of the chain pizzas. Best breadsticks of all time.
Who loves Papa John's?
Yeah, Papa John's is the pinnacle. Garlic dipping sauce. Dip the little crust in it. Go lick it off the tip of the crust.
Anybody who puts their pepperonis under the cheese.
They don't do that at Papa John's. What are you talking about?
Yes, they do.
Have you ever had Papa John's, Jesse?
Yeah, they used to at least.
Maybe that one weird Papa John's in Hickory, North Carolina
Hickory, North Carolina.
I've never had a Papa John's pizza with pepperoni under the cheese.
I hated it. I also don't like Papa John's.
Also,
irregardless.
Alto, Age of Ultron, Oliver Twist.
Irregardlessly.
Pacino's deep dish pizza, they have the pepperoni under the cheese as well.
In deep dish? Well, I mean, that's not really a pizza. That's more of a pie. Is it? Mitchell? Welcome.
To what? What are we welcoming to? Stop looking at the camera.
Welcome to AAWY, the And Also With You podcast from Affable Idiots. We're two of those idiots. Every week, join us and all your other lifelong friends as we laugh together, share secrets, Mike pooped in a bag once.
I did.
And strengthen our friendships on this off-color, Mr. Rogers-esque show. I'm one of your hosts, Jesse Neal, and with me I've got Chad Michael Innes.
Deportes.
Deportes, beige cardigan. So it's the two of us and all of you lifelong friends listening and watching across the world. I'm so happy to be here with all of you.
And also with you.
And also in the butt.
I almost didn't do it. And also in the butt. A funny story. Before we get into this question, a little history of Jesse and I. We used to live together for many
almost 7 whole years.
Yeah. And
we're common law married.
That's true. Our go to bed ritual. I don't even remember how it started now. Hearts and Charts, I think, was part of it. And then we would just shout that back and forth at each other. And then it eventually evolved into sleep in the butt. And
sleep also in the butt.
Sleep also in the butt. And then I would say, and also with you. And then you would say, and also in the butt. Or something. Yep. It was just like...
it's nonsense. Sleep in the butt.
And
sleep also in the butt. And also with you. And also in the butt. It's nothing. It's nothing, but it's something.
Yep.
It was wonderful. It was everything to us.
It was everything. Okay, ask me your question.
Okay,
Tell me your lies.
I'm gonna ask today. I'm gonna start by asking you a question. I need you to answer honestly.
Okay.
Do you even have a mom, and have you called her today?
I do have a mom, and I called her twice. The first time, she declined my call.
That's either a mean mom or a popular mom.
She is a poppy mom. We call popular. We abbreviate popular as poppy now.
As poppy. Well, no, y'all just like to gorge on poppy seeds.
Yeah, and then we test positive for heroin.
Yeah, or maybe it's just your mom's just eating heroin. She's just eating heroin.
That's the evolution of Brenda eating hair last week. And now you then eat heroin. Hair is a gateway drug to heroin.
Yeah, don't eat your hair. You'll become a drug addict.
That's right. Yes, I've called her. I have a mom. I called her. We FaceTimed for a brief period. And then she said, hold on. It looks like the store is open and we're going to go get wind chimes.
Nice. Yeah, I saw your sister posted a a picture of her in a very fabulous rainbow flag covering her face.
Yeah, she's wearing what she didn't show is that she's wearing a mask underneath that, and then she's also wearing a full-size pride flag as a mask as well over top of that. That's my sister.
You know what? If you're gonna be gay in North Carolina, do it. Let them know. Let those haters know. I don't know if there are any haters. I mean,
it's North Carolina.
North Carolina.
They were the originators of the bathroom bill, so yes, there are haters.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like if I were gay, I would just tattoo my whole body as a rainbow. Head to toe. I'm just kidding. That would be weird.
Yes, it would be weird.
Be a lot of upkeep.
You'd also, that's a lot of touch-ups. The tattoo parlor, the tattoo
parlor. And really, when you're wearing clothes, it would just be like, you would just see your head, which would be one color, and like your hands, which might be a different color, and that would just look weird.
Yeah. Maybe
I'd just go around naked all the time and just like wear pasties and cover up the tiddly bits down below. Oh, we got off.
Do you have a mom? Have you called her?
I have a mom. Haven't called her yet. I've texted her. We've been texting.
Jesse, what is it over there? 1:33?
1:33.
That's how we're going to start calling time now. 1:33.
3? When it's 1:34 now.
It is.
Well, Dad made her a delicious Mother's Day breakfast of grits, which is a Southern thing that my mother loves that I don't love, cheesy croissants, and bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I didn't call then because I knew they were having that. Then I went and I walked the dog. And then I cuddled the dog. And now we're here. So once we're done here, I'm going to call my mommy and we're going to do a FaceTime.
Very
I'm
good.
going to tell her I love her so much.
Very good.
I sent her a Bitmoji, which she loves those.
She does. Bitmoji. Your mom is a Bitmoji fiend.
She is. She loves them. So I sent her one, and then it says, Happy Mother's Day, and it's my Bitmoji with a plate of breakfast food making a smiley face.
Very good.
The food makes a smiley face. You know, the classic.
Yeah.
2 eggs.
Vlasic
and
pickle.
Some classic Vlasic pickle.
Yeah.
Low calorie.
2 or 3 calories per the pickle.
For the pickle.
Inside jokes.
Anyway, friends and Peppo. Last week we played the emoji face challenge, and that was a lot of fun. A lot of feckin' fun. It turned out to be really difficult, making your face look like a tooth or a horse.
Your tooth.
Right? Beautiful.
Very good.
That was a lot of fun. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you were able to watch it so that you could laugh along with our stupid faces.
My face is so red in this video right now.
Well, it's because you have, what's the thing that makes your face red?
Blood.
You have blood.
Blood,
not funny. Because you have blood.
It's true.
So we asked our friends and you guys who are our friends for life, to send us a picture of a snake on a carousel. And we got 2.
Whew.
Now, we got 2, so hey, thank you. But I couldn't help but notice the poll had 3 people that took it. But we only got 2.
Somebody
pictures.
out there said they sent us a picture, and they did not send us a picture.
We want it. Please send it to us, whoever you are. We want to see it. The first one was from our good friend, the Space Ghost, Matt, and it was a delicious snake, if they can be, riding a carousel. Telling our friend Brenda to stop eating her hair. And the second one was a snake that was a carousel. I thought that was incredibly inventive.
Is that what it was?
That's what I think.
I thought it was like a booger on top of a 6-bullet chamber revolver. Like you take to reload the bullets, and then there's a booger on top of it.
I thought the snake was the carousel. We should ask. That was
That was Brent.
Somebody else.
Pork chop.
Brent.
1864.
Brent, was it a snake as a carousel, or was it what did you say? A booger.
A booger on top of a revolver.
On top of a revolver. Anyways, I loved those, so thank you so much for those. Now I
honestly didn't think anyone would do it. Like I made it up off the top of my head, and I didn't think anyone would do it. And then Matt turned around within minutes and sent it to us.
And then Brent spent 5 hours according to the tweet.
According to that tweet. Yep.
That beautiful masterpiece. Love it. Very good job. Your mommies would be proud. Or your... No, I was going to make a dirty joke. I decided not to.
Very good.
So this week's game, we're calling it Hinky Holidays.
Ooh, yeah.
We've got a list of wacky, loony holidays.
Wacky, wavy arm, inflatable tube, man.
Some of them are real. Some of them aren't real. And I'm going to give you the name of the holiday, and I'll give you a description of the holiday and the day. And you have to tell me if this holiday is real or if this holiday is made up.
Okay.
We have 12, so we have a possibility. 12. Rolf. You have a possibility of 12 points. If you get it, you get 1 point. If you don't, you get no points.
That's unfair.
Simple. Well, you can have spirit points.
Okay.
that don't matter.
How many spirit points equal 1 Shroot buck?
I forgot all about Shroot bucks.
1,000 Shroot bucks is 5 extra minutes on your lunch break.
That's a lot of Shroot bucks.
Every Shroot buck, 1 Shroot buck is 1/100th of a cent.
Is that from the show itself? It's been so long.
It is. I watched that episode just this morning as I made my open-faced sandwich this morning.
Oh, beautiful.
Open-faced sounds like it should be a part of an insult. Like, you low-down, dirty, open-faced dog.
Sandwich. Dog. Are you ready for holiday number 1?
I am ready, buddy spaghetti.
All right. Holiday number 1 takes place on April 1st.
Okay.
It is called International Fun at Work Day. It's a day to have fun at work, for once.
I was going to ask, is this a U.S. holiday? But then you said international, and I was like, oh, then yes, that includes the U.S. International Fun at Work Day. Here's the thing. This is also the twins' birthday.
The twins.
Zach and Quinn. Not Zach and Mary, who made a porno. Not Zach and Cody, who had a sweet life. But Zach and Quinn, the twins I roomed with junior year of college.
I was like, is this from that TV show that I liked for one season? Heroes. Hiro
Nakamura. Here to save your life.
Are there twins there?
It is also my grandma's 90th birthday.
Wow.
This year, on April 1st. Palma Innes.
Happy B-Day recently, Palma.
I'm going to say it's made up because you can't have a Fool's Day and a fun at work day at the same time without them getting confused. And one might lead to the other. However, it might also lead to chaos.
Chaos. Well, I have to tell you, you are wrong.
No!
Perhaps being able to do the pranks at work is the fun.
Then why don't they just fold it into April Fool's Day?
That would be 2 points of 2 birds and 1 stone, essentially. You can't do that.
Bird in the pocket
in life
is worth 3 bushes in your hand.
In your stone. Oh, stupid. All right. The next holiday takes place on April 8th.
Okay.
It's called Draw a Picture of a Bird Day. It's a special...
Why didn't we take part in this?
I know, right? It's a special day for young bird lovers who like to draw. It doesn't matter whether you are young or not so young, even though I just said for young bird lovers. If you like to draw, then today is a day to draw pictures of a bird. Or 2. Or 3.
First of all, is this national or international?
It doesn't say. It's just Draw Bird Day. Yeah. We've got different variations on this list.
Okay, Draw Bird Day. That was a very, very verbose description of Draw Bird Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie. This is not an insult to you if you wrote it, but it sounded very elementary in its descriptions. Therefore, I do not believe it was an official government or UN descriptor of this holiday, and I'm going to say it's not real.
It is real.
Are there any that are not real in this game? 2 for 2. Tit for tat.
Tit for tat. Okay. All right. The next holiday is National Reorganize Your DVDs Day. It takes place on June 10th. It is a day to finally reorganize your DVDs. You can do them by genre. You can do them alphabetically. You can even do multiples.
Can I ask the country of origin?
I believe this is a United States holiday.
Okay. Can I also ask the date of making it instated as a day? Like, when did it become a day?
I don't have that information.
Okay.
In my research, I didn't come across any original days on most of them.
Can I have it pronounced in its original pronunciation?
Yes. Nacional. Reorganize. Tus. DVDs. Tog.
Very good. Okay. That was excellent. You should go in. You should become a linguist or a dialect coach in Chicago.
In Chicago?
This one is not real.
I have to tell you, you are correct.
Yeah.
That one is indeed made up.
My tongue is so red. Does it look like I just drank cherry Kool-Aid?
It just looks like a tongue to me from here.
Okay.
It's like a regular tongue. Did you just drink cherry Kool-Aid?
No, I drank blue G0.
Ham.
Ham. People do love the way she says ham.
Where she says ham. All right, holiday number 4.
Ready.
Coming in on April 30th. This is National Spill Your Chili Day. It's a day to celebrate the U.S. version of The Office by spilling your chili.
That's exactly what I was thinking. What a stupid world we live in if this is real. Is that the end of the description?
That's it. That's all that we have.
Okay. Does it have a reason why April 30th was the day? Was that the original air date of that episode in the U.S.?
It is.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's real. That's a real one.
I have to tell you, you are wrong.
No!
Wouldn't it be so good, though?
Yes.
If that were real. All right. Number 5. You're coming in at 1 for 4 so far.
Listening. I'm ready.
All right. On March 3rd, which also happens to be the day of my mother's birth.
Uh-huh.
It's
the
If
day of my
Pets
mother's
Had
wedding.
Thumbs Day. The day of my mother's wedding. It's If Pets Had Thumbs Day. And the description is, one thing that sets man apart from many other species on the planet is an opposable thumb. It's just a day to think about what your pet could do if it had thumbs.
That's too stupid to be fake. That has to be real. Yeah, I'm going to say that's real.
I have to tell you, you are right.
Yes! Yes, the stupidity of America.
I know, right? If Pets Had Thumbs Day. Okay, the next one, coming in on May 29th.
That's my sister's birthday.
The day of your sister's birth.
The day that she was born.
This holiday is Put a Pillow on Your Fridge Day.
Interesting.
This day is a celebration of an early 1900s tradition of putting a bedroom fabric in your larder or meat closet for good luck.
This sounds disgusting.
It does.
Put fabric in your meat closet for luck. First of all, the word meat closet.
Vagina,
That's
right?
my new euphemism for vagina.
Yep. I had the same thought.
Take a little drive down to the meat closet and do some spelunking.
So gross. Spelunking.
Take out my meat flashlight and go to the meat closet.
Get your meat hook.
Get my meat hook. My meat butchers and I'm sorry. This is a real thing. This is a real holiday.
Yeah. I have to tell you, you are correct.
That's so gross. Put a pillow
disgusting.
in your meat closet. Ugh.
All right. So the next holiday.
Hold on. Sorry. It's called Put a Pillow on Your Fridge Day, right?
Yeah.
Or in your fridge day.
On your fridge.
How does one secure a pillow to your fridge?
See, that's what I want to know. I didn't actually look into it much further. Maybe buy a magnet. Maybe it's a small pillow.
That has to be a tiny pillow.
Maybe, or you could just like take the pillow and then duct tape it, I figure.
Right, if you don't need to get into your fridge.
That.
Okay.
But if you get a really good magnet, that could work. If you like get it and you have it with the open side of the pillowcase up, and then you double magnet it.
Double magnet. Double magnum.
We should try it.
Yeah, we
should try this.
Yeah.
And then we'll report back.
Very good.
All right, the next holiday coming in on July 15th.
That's my other sister's birthday. That's for real.
None of this is on purpose. The day of your sister's birth?
Yes.
That is International Pond Scum Celebration Day.
Why?
And the description is duckweed, watermeal, pond scum, or lake moss. Whatever you call it, it's not scummy. A day to spread awareness of biologically helpful algae.
What was the duckweed? What was the second one?
Watermeal.
Watermeal.
And these are all apparently different words for pond scum.
I'm going to play the friend card here and say Jesse Neal didn't know what watermeal was. Therefore, this has to be real. I
have to tell you, you are wrong.
What? Who told you about watermeal?
I was doing research.
Oh my God.
And when I thought of an idea, I looked into it.
I hate it.
So you're sitting at, what was it, 3 or 4 that you got right?
I'm going to assume the lesser.
Forget. Nuts. Hold on.
I can't even remember any of them. Name them and I'll tell you if I got
reorganize them. You didn't get International Fun at Work Day.
Correct.
You didn't get Draw a Picture of a Bird Day.
Correct.
You did get National Reorganize Your DVDs Day.
Also correct.
National Spill Your Chili Day. You thought that was real. It was made up.
Yep.
So you didn't get that.
Correct.
If Pets Had Thumbs Day, you definitely got
that one.
So stupid.
Yep.
Put a pillow on your fridge day.
I got that one.
You got.
Yep.
So that's 3. You got 3. Because then the next one was pond scum.
All right. We're halfway there. Lemon on a pear.
Lemon on a pear. All right. Next is Celebrate Belly Button Lint Day. Coming in on January 11th. It's a day to clean out your belly button.
That's 4 days before my brother-in-law's birthday.
The day before?
4
3
days.
days before? Oh, 4 days before the birth of your brother-in-law. It's a day to clean out your belly button and have fun with the lint.
That's the celebration, is having fun with the lint?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the, sorry, was this national or international, did it say?
It doesn't say. It just says Celebrate Belly Button Lint Day.
Celebrate Belly Button Lint Day. Celebrate it. A day to celebrate the lint from your umbilical cavity.
Be it recently made, in surgery, or always existing.
Always. I'm going to say this one is made up, and here's why I'm going to say that. Because belly button is a fun word, and it's funny. And therefore, I think you made it up in order to make a funny-sounding holiday.
A funny-sounding day?
Yep.
I have to tell you, you are correct.
Yeah!
Yeah! That's 4 points for you. 4 points.
Cuatro años tienes.
Tienes. All right. Coming in on June 2nd. Is this anybody's birthday?
This is 3 days after Mandy's birthday. 4 days.
3 days?
Wait, it's
4 days after the birth of your other sister?
Yeah.
Nice. This is Yell Fudge at the Cobras in North America Day.
What?
Yell Fudge at the Cobras in North America Day. If you yell fudge at noon, facing south, at Cobras, like not to a specific Cobra, but to the general Cobras,
right?
You know? So facing south at noon on this day, it will keep them out of North America. And to this day, there are still no native Cobras in North America. So it seems to work.
I don't know why, but I imagine this. Anytime I imagine someone just going outside at noon to scream at cobras, it's in Texas. We all
You're
know.
like Montana or or Arizona, like in the desert.
Yep. We all know this podcast's troubled history with Texas.
Troubled history with Texas.
I'm gonna say this is one of those. It's like it's too dumb to be fake. So this is real.
I have to tell you, you are correct.
Yes,
it is real.
God, I want to know. I want to meet the one person who does this every single year on June 2nd.
Right, and it works. Clearly, there are no native cobras.
Yep.
All right, the next holiday, we've got 1, 2, we've got 3 left, and you're coming in at 5 points.
All right.
On August 8th, we have Sneak Some Zucchini Onto Your Neighbor's Back Porch Day. It's a day to have fun with your neighbors by sneaking some zucchini on their back porch.
Okay. Can you read the name of the holiday one more time for me?
Absolutely. Sneak some zucchini onto your neighbor's back porch day.
Okay, onto. The preposition is important because
yes,
you can go to your neighbor's back porch and sneak some zucchini, like, into your mouth.
Yep.
Or you can sneak it onto their porch.
Sneak it on in.
Be like a little bandit.
You're sneaking it onto their porch.
Okay. This one is made up. This is a made-up holiday.
I have to tell you, you are wrong.
Jessica! How dare you!
Blasphemy birds!
How dare you blasphemy birds! Oh, man. Was anyone else there for that one improv show at I.O.? Where there was an audience
at I.O. Was that at I.O.? It was
at
I.O. At the old I.O.
The old I.O., yeah. Where there were 20 people in the audience, and we quote it all the time, and only those other 19 people know.
The person who said it probably doesn't even remember saying it.
Yep, probably.
I love it. It's so good. All right. The penultimate holiday.
Pen 15.
Pen 15. Coming in on February 1st. Spunky
That's 16
old
days
Broads
before my
Day.
birthday, and 16 days after my brother-in-law's birthday. That's immediately in between our birthdays.
And the day in betweeniately, which is the new way of saying immediately in between. In betweeniately, your birthday and your brother-in-law's birthday.
Uh-huh.
February 1st. Spunky Old Broads Day.
Ew.
This special day exists to give all spunky old broads, SOBs, a day to recognize their importance and to celebrate themselves and their accomplishments.
Spunky Old Broads Day. So here's the thing. This is an extension of the suffragist movement. And it's all of these women who finally got the right to vote. But they had felt what it was like to protest for the first time, and they caught the bug.
The bug.
So this was all of them.
Spunk bug. That sounds like semen.
Spunk bug. That's an STD. The spunk bug.
You caught the spunk bug. That's gross.
Ew, that's our quote.
That's the quote.
Out of context. It's about the suffragist movement, but we're calling it the spunk bug.
The spunk bug.
Sorry, I totally lost. Oh, so yes, this is them 20 years later. They were all meeting like, guys, I miss protesting, and I haven't had anything like it since, and I'm feeling unfulfilled. And all the other old ladies who are older now are like, you're completely right. I haven't found sexual pleasure in my marriage in the last 20 years. I haven't found fulfillment from my kids. I hate them. And I miss protesting. So they all got together, created a new holiday, Spunky Old Broads. What is that? It
Spunky Old Broads Day.
Spunky Old Broads Day as a way to celebrate themselves and call attention to themselves again. So that is real.
I have to tell you, you are correct.
Yes! And I bet I'm correct about the history of it, too.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, the last one. Currently, you're at 50%. Can you make it just over the line? Because you got 6 points out of 12.
Okay.
Can you make it just over the 50% line?
That's the Florida-Georgia line.
Oh, the Florida-Georgia line. The Mason-Dixon line.
What is 7 divided by 12? It's 58. No matter what, I don't get a passing score in the American school system.
Yeah, no matter what, you fail as a person. Because this clearly tests your success as a human being.
Yeah.
This test.
And I need the test because I have the spunk bug.
That's awful. I love it. When I said it, I was like, oh, I hate it, but I also love it.
I want everyone out there. Here's the thing. The one person who said they were going to draw a snake on a carousel and they didn't, you no longer owe us a snake on a carousel. You owe us a picture of whatever a spunk bug is.
Yeah, yes. Draw us a spunk bug and submit it to our twatter.
Yes.
S'il vous plaît.
S'il vous plaît. PDQ.
See? Oh, all right. The last holiday. Coming in on December 23rd.
That was Queen Latifah's movie. And that's my cousin Rick's birthday.
The day of your cousin Rick's birth and that Queen Latifah movie?
Yes.
Wow.
The last holiday.
Oh, that's right. The last holiday. I've seen it. This holiday is Global Oil Your Cast Iron Skillet Day.
Oh, that should be every day. Every day that you use it.
Yeah. Well, the description here is, 'tis the season to season ye old cast iron skillet, to keep it in the best shape for the holidays and beyond.
I'm going to say that's a real one because you have to take that into consideration when you're cooking a Christmas feast.
I have to tell you, you are incorrect.
Oh, no! Here I lay at 50%.
At 50%. I just loved writing, 'tis the season to season.
You should write for SNL.
I should. I'm amazing. All right, so you came in at a full 50% on Hinky Holidays. How did you guys do? Did you do well? Poorly? Really badly? Fantastically? The best? Let us know on our poll coming out today. Thursday, whatever day it is.
Whatever day it is that you're listening to it.
That was fun. I'm glad we got to play that game.
I just looked in the chat. I don't know. Okay, so first of all, Matt's in the chat and he posted
Matt in the chat.
Emoji of something. Lil Dicky maybe. Have you watched Dave yet?
No, haven't yet. I need to. I told Case we've been watching Alien, those Alien movies.
That's right. I don't know what is that a Bob, not Bob Fosse. Who is Bob the painter? Who's Bob the painter?
Ross.
Bob Ross, that's what it is. Matt, explain yourself.
He just did a Bob Ross emoji. That's it?
Yeah, it's just an emoji of someone with some hair going.
Interesting. Does that mean he's just really enjoying the content?
Probably. Or maybe that's what a spunk bug looks like.
Oh, I imagine the spunk bug to look a lot like the stink bug. Remember when there was one in my hair that night?
I do remember that, and you freaked out.
I freaked out. I freaked out. I felt so invaded and out. So when we were living together, we were laying down watching a movie, and it was stink bug season, and one had gotten into our apartment. And I was laying on my pillow palace.
That's right. I fucking hated that thing. I hated that chaise lounge. And you're literally 8 pillows that you had stacked up to make a pillow palace on it. I hated it.
The pillow palace. And I was laying on my pillow palace, and I had my arms up behind my hands, behind my head, real leisurely. And then all of a sudden, I was like running my fingers through my hair, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is this?" And I took it and I threw it, and it was a stink bug. I had a panic attack. I freaked the F out. I felt so invaded. It was awful. I went and I washed my hair in the kitchen sink and had a full-blown panic attack. And Mike had to get a stink bug. And you were afraid of the stink bug too, I think. I just got it in your water cup.
I just don't know what to do with it because the old urban legend is if you kill it, it smells and your entire place is going to smell and it's going to be bad. It's like, I don't know what to do with this bug because I can smash a roach.
You don't want to vacuum them.
No, because then that's going to go in your vacuum cleaner.
Grasshopper?
What?
Have you ever vacuumed up a dead grasshopper or at all, or
no,
or cricket?
No.
So living in North Carolina, we had a lot of grasshoppers that would get into the house. Well, not a lot, but, you know, in the season, 'tis the season.
Right.
They'd get in, and then I'd be vacuuming, and I don't like them. They're disgusting bugs. I don't like bugs. So I'd be like, that's a dead one. I'm just going to vacuum it. The smell that comes out from vacuuming up a grasshopper is atrocious. I did it once, and I was like, never again. I'll pick it up. Never again. The whole house stank. And I imagine that's what a stink bug would do if you vacuum it up, even if it's dead.
All right.
Gross.
That sounds really grody. Sounds Adrian Grody.
Adrian Grody. It is Adrian Grody. Mwah. Well, last week we talked about aliens. Are they real? Do they know stuff?
Do they know stuff?
We learned that probably yes to both. But perhaps they don't know as much as the movies tell us they do. You know, maybe they're just kind of more like us. Maybe slightly more advanced, maybe not. But chances are they do exist, and they do at least know something about something.
We actually did have a really good conversation about aliens last week.
Yeah, that was a good conversation. And I'm almost at the end of the series. And
you were saying back before we all just broke up and died on Twitch over here as my computer shit the bed. You were saying that Alien 3, like you're going back on...
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
not you going back. I was the one saying Alien 3 I thought was better than Aliens, but it's been a while since I've seen them.
Right? I'd encourage you to rewatch the series and think and reassess. Just see what you think. Like, I'm just curious if your opinions will have changed as well. I mean, the acting in Aliens, definitely not very good from most of the actors.
Man.
They come at night. Game over. They come at night. Sorry, that's a new song. I'm skipping record.
Nice.
Game over. They come at. So the writing and the acting were a bit subpar for sure.
Less than par.
In Aliens. What I loved about Aliens is that it does a great job with world building. You see the aliens a lot more than you do in Alien. And they introduce the mother or the queen and that whole, how she lays the eggs. And there's that whole thing, which I just think that in and of itself was really cool and kind of made the movie for me. The acting from most of it, like Sigourney Weaver does a good job. Sigourney Beaver. She's a good actor. And I like the guy that played the android on that. But for the most part, everybody else was like overacting. And I've never seen Bill Paxton worse.
That was maybe a low point in his career. For me, in my opinion, IMO.
Yeah, IMO. But that all aside, it was a fun movie, I think. You know, it was like, what was this, the early 90s? No, this was
a Jim Cameron
80s.
joint. This informed Titanic.
It informed Titanic and Avatar.
Yeah. The concept for Leo DiCaprio's character in Titanic was built upon the Queen. The Queen alien.
The Queen alien.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a cinematic masterpiece, but I do like rewatching it. I do think I enjoyed it more than I had previously, and especially taking into account Alien 3. Alien 3, I was saying, is really not a feminist movie at all. And so essentially the first 50 minutes of the movie, you don't even see you see in the beginning the little hand face guy, but there's no action. So within the first 50 minutes of that movie, it's just Sigourney Weaver has landed on this planet, this prison planet that's all guys, and they don't want her around because she's a woman, so they'll rape her. So it was just essentially saying women are a sexual object for men. And I didn't like that. And I was honestly surprised I hadn't noticed that before. But ever since listening to that podcast, I'm always telling you about The Guilty Feminist.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the one where they improvise a musical.
Oh, I do love that one too. I haven't listened to that in a while though. Oh yeah, off book. But yep. But so ever since starting listening to The Guilty Feminist, I've just become more aware of these things, which is good for me, I think. And I hadn't noticed it before. And I was watching it and I thought, how in the hell has this not stuck out in my memory? Eventually, it switches when the alien comes into play and the whole she's a woman thing. is not an issue so much anymore. But like, there's this whole scene when a bunch of men come and like hold her down and try to rape her, like just because she's a woman. Like, you can have sex with each other too, you know.
Right. I've seen Shawshank. I know what happens.
Yeah. So it just really, I didn't like it. I was like, and I was also telling you that James Fincher, David Fincher. Because I was like, James
Cameron.
David Fincher. Yes, thank you. I was like, there is a director with that first name. David Fincher has cut ties with this movie because
that's right.
He said it was a horrible experience. For so much of the time, he was directing without a script. None of them had a script, and they changed so many things last minute. Nobody knew what was going on, and that the whole movie just kind of felt disjointed to him. And I guess I could sort of, now rewatching it, having rewatched it, and then read that, it's like, yeah, I guess I can sort of see that. I mean, I love the alien thing, though. I really like that world, that universe. So I was still able to look past it and enjoy the movie. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm recanting what I had said last week. And that I think Alien 3 is my least favorite. Then Aliens. I would have to say that because Alien Resurrection is cool because of the whole Sigourney Weaver clone, her blood is acid sort of a thing. Spoiler alert. From 97. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that's where I stand now.
I'm glad that I have now seen your insights, and I will take them into consideration as I rewatch.
Yeah, I really want to hear if you decide to rewatch them. I'd love to discuss.
I think the last time I watched them, we watched them together, didn't we? Maybe we watched them leading up to Covenant or something like that.
Yeah, we did. Right before Covenant came out, and I really like. So Prometheus is a great movie. Is a great movie that it's more. I like it more for the world building. Mm-hmm. Covenant, I think, is a better movie of the two.
Because you get to see Michael Fassbender play the flute to Michael Fassbender in a really sexual way for 5 minutes on screen.
And then kiss himself.
It's so weird.
I think from a film standpoint, I think Covenant is better. It doesn't do as much world building, though. Mm-hmm. So they're really good when you watch them back to back. I think I didn't like Prometheus. Well, I know I didn't like Prometheus when we first saw it in theater, but then having Covenant to watch with it, I was like, okay, yes, I like it. So that's where we are with the Alien story. Next is Predator. I'll let you know.
All right.
And this week, what are we talking about?
We are going to talk about mommy memories. The day we're recording this, at the risk of dating ourselves. Not like dating each other ourselves, but
never.
dating
We're
ourselves.
Never at risk for that.
It is Mother's Day today.
Happy Mother's Day!
Happy Mother's Day!
I'm a dog mom, so it counts.
You're a dog mom? You're a mom who is a dog?
Yes.
Very good.
I have many, many puppies.
I wanted to talk about just really great memories of you and your mom.
I love
Exclusively your mom. That's it.
Just
We're just talking
my
about
mother.
You and your mother today, not
just
my mother.
My mother. And your memories with my mother.
And my memories with your mother, yes.
Yep. Oh, man. I've got some good memories of my mom.
Yeah,
I remember,
tell me one.
this just popped into my head the other day. Like, do you remember, or were you ever scared of thunderstorms as a kid?
I don't remember being scared of thunderstorms, but it might have just been that, like, by the time I was old enough to comprehend and make memories that I was over it.
You were over it. So I have a few memories of, I distinctly remember being terrified of thunderstorms when I was younger. And I would remember getting up and like the first clap of thunder, I'd leap out of bed and I'd run down to my parents' room and be scared. And so my mom would come and get in bed with me and she'd hold me. And she always did this thing. And now I end up doing it myself where, we'd spoon essentially. And she'd have her arm around me and then she'd rock herself or like rock us sort of like on her side, kind of, rocking. Mm-hmm. And she used to do that. And like, she used to do that even like putting me to bed when I was younger. She'd get in bed with me for a bit and rock me and we'd cuddle. And now I rock myself to sleep every night. It's like many, many nights I can't sleep unless I'm rocking myself. Because it's so soothing and it's peaceful and it makes me think of my mommy. But for some reason that memory popped into my head just the other day, thinking about that and how thunderstorms. I'm not scared of them anymore. I love them now, but it used to be so sweet being able to go and get my. I'm sure she hated it though. Your parents never like when the kids come in and they have to get up and get out of their bed and go into their child's bed. But it's just real special.
I think you would be surprised at how much. Like, it was really, really awful, but, like, she looks back on those times, she's like, oh, my God, my daughter needed me.
Yep. She never asks me to cuddle because she's scared anymore.
Yep. I think Morgan does that same thing where she rocks herself to sleep. When she came to visit and stayed with us that one little stretch of time, I think I saw her doing it, and I was like, Morgan, are you humping the bed right now? She's like, no, I'm rocking myself to sleep.
Oh, yeah. You got to do it. It's so good. If you haven't tried it, you should try it.
Yeah.
My ex tried it, and he was bad at it. I was like, "You're doing too big of a motion. It's a little motion. It's like this, not this."
For you audience listeners, the listeners on audio,
right?
It's little baby finger movements and then big finger movements.
Yeah, it's like on a metronome. Is there a metronome that goes just a little bit, not a lot? I'm trying to think of an actual thing that would do that. A Geiger counter.
A Geiger counter.
It's a little bit of radiation, not a lot of radiation.
Yeah. Perfect.
Stupid.
There are several things that come up whenever I think about mommy memories. But most of them are either, for some reason, being spanked by a wooden spoon. That was always, I was not scared of thunderstorms, but I was scared of retribution from my mother.
Yeah.
That was her go-to, was I will spank you with a wooden spoon if you don't stop doing whatever you're doing or whatever. I also remember the day when my mom, when I was old enough that she spanked me and it didn't hurt. And I don't know, maybe I was 12 or 13, something like that. She spanked me and it didn't hurt. And I remember later that day, we all went somewhere as a family. We drove back home. We got out of the car. I came inside. Mom was still outside doing something. And I remember talking to one of my siblings going like, yeah, Mom spanked me this morning and it didn't even hurt. And I was so like, I got away with it.
I'm a big kid.
My dad sneaks up behind me and hits me on the butt like the hardest I've ever. I was like, ah! I definitely got what I deserved then. But then there are other things. My family in general, I feel like is a lot more of an open family to discuss anything from like.
Yes, you're open for relationships with other families.
Yes, we're a swinger family. No, like even just yesterday, I was just FaceTiming with my mom, dad, and my sister, and our conversation over the course of an hour covered the gamut from scar therapy, like massaging my surgery scars, being just like whacking yourself off, except for it's a scar instead of a penis, to a member of our family bleeding a giant, like, beach balls amount of blood into a bed when they were sick, and mom having to, she's like, oh my God, it was huge. There was so much blood. And like, so
Gross.
like a lot of things that my family discusses and laughs about that other families certainly don't.
Yeah, true.
But then the last thing is like, not last thing, but another one is growing up in the Innes household. We were, my parents, I think mostly led by my mom, was very much trying to be the fun family. Like, kids always wanted to come over to our house for pool parties and things like that. But then I remember the things playing with our neighbors and mom like throwing water balloons out the windows of the second story at them. Or we're having dinner one night and mom just like steps out the back door, turns on the hose, brings it in. We have a water fight now in our kitchen because she just brought the hose into the kitchen and started spraying us with it. Or pizza fights. Like, we had fun as a family for
Sounds
sure.
like you did. I love that.
Yeah. Tell me another Jessie Neal mommy memory.
I've just always been really cuddly with my mom. I just like to cuddle up and like lay down. Like, I'm laying down on the sofa and she's at the end and she's got my feet in her lap and we're watching a movie. We used to do that a lot. I love shopping with my mom. We go shop, like whenever I'm home, we go like, let's go out to TJ Maxx. Let's go here. Let's just stop into this store. And I just love shopping with my mom. It's fun. I don't know. I just love hanging out with my mom. Mom and I love to binge watch TV together when we're together. I've gotten her into some shows. She's gotten me into some shows over the years. She's such a doofus. I love my mom. Let's see, what are some other good oh gosh. She used to she'd kill me. If you tickled her, she'd pee a little bit. So we used to my brothers, my dad, and I used to tickle her all the time. She hated it, but that's just a fond memory of that. I know that was miserable for her. And it doesn't work anymore, so we don't do it anymore. But oh, that was always fun. What else do I love?
My mom used to do the tickle this thing where she called it the trust me game. And she would pin you down and she'd go like she was going to tickle you. And she'd just get closer and she'd like, do you trust me? Do you trust me? And then inevitably at the very end of it, she'd go, and start tickling you. It's like, what was the point of that? No, of course I don't ever trust you now because it always ends
with you played the game.
That's right. And the way she tickled, her fingers always felt like knives. Like they were just stabbing into you.
Yep. I don't know what it is about mom fingernails that just get you. They just get you so bad.
They do. And binge watching. You talked about binge watching TV shows. Many of our weekends as kids, Friday started as a trip to Blockbuster.
Yes.
We'd come home with a stack of like 7 movies. And then we would get home. The movies would be on the kitchen table. And we'd all get comfortable in the living room. Everyone's laying on the floor in front of the TV or laying on the couch. Mom and Dad are sitting on the chairs furthest away from the TV. And then it always came time. All right, what movie are you going to watch first? I don't know. We spend like 4 minutes deciding what movie. And then finally, all right, somebody go put it in. And everyone's like, no one's moving. Somebody put the movie in. Matthew's closest to the VCR. I put the last movie in. And then we would all fight like that. And then finally, my mom was like, somebody put the fucking movie in the VCR right now. Everybody's grounded.
Cheryl Ennis.
Every time. Nobody wanted to go get that movie and put it in the damn VCR. We all just wanted to lay there and argue about it.
Kids will argue about anything.
Yep.
Anything. I mean, do you remember, did you ever have the argument with your siblings, like when you had something and you had to cut it in half to share it? You're like,
yep.
And you had to measure it and to cut it exactly. That's bigger. Then you got the bigger piece.
I think it was.
Gosh, that has scarred me.
My mom would cut up hot dogs she would peel hot dogs for me.
For Christmas?
For Christmas, yes. No, she used to, I didn't like the charred, like the burnt part of the hot dogs when you cook it on the grill. So she would peel the hot dogs for me, which she was like, yeah, I felt like I was circumcising a penis and it was gross, but she would do it. And then even whenever I finally, like, she started boiling my hot dogs so they didn't have that thing, but then I still made her peel them.
Of course.
But yeah, whenever she had grandkids, so the grandkids, she would cut up their hot dogs and stuff like that whenever they were ready to eat them. And when she would cut them in half, she would have to, if she cut it in half and then gave half of it to one kid and then gave like the other half to another kid, but she cut that into like 3 pieces, and that one, then the other kid would be like, oh my God, but they have 3 pieces of hot dog and I only have 1 piece of hot dog. It's like, it's the same fucking hot dog.
I love it. Because like as kids, you don't understand, you don't know, like you don't get it. Gosh, being a kid, we're so stupid.
So dumb.
So stupid.
Stupid kids.
I remember when my parents moved me to college, I cried and begged them to take me home.
Oh.
Yep. And my mom did not want to leave me that night. She wanted to stay the night with me in my dorm because that night, the girl who was my roommate and is now one of my very good friends, I'd say she's one of my best friends.
Oh.
Even. Yeah, no, she definitely is one of my best friends. She had to go back home to get some more things or something like that and just didn't end up coming back that night. So I was alone in my dorm room by myself, missing my family. Because going to college is such a huge life change. And I've always been kind of like I want to be near my mom kind of a thing. It says the girl who moved to Chicago from North Carolina and her whole family is still in North Carolina. But my dad was doing the tough love thing and was like, no, we're going to go. Jesse, you're in college now, you know, it's time to grow up and whatever. I mean, he wasn't harsh about it or anything, but he was very much like, we're going, you're staying, you know? And my mom, she's like, I have never been so mad at your father. I wanted to stay. I wanted to stay with you. You were crying. You were so upset. I wanted to stay with you. But he made us go home. I've never been so mad at him. Bless her. I mean, it worked out in the end. In the end, I think I turned out okay. But my gosh, that was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I just remember unpacking, and so many kids are like, yeah, I'm in college. Boo, yeah, living on my own. It's like, I want to go home. It's like, I don't want to be away from my parents. I don't like this.
I remember, I think I had that same first thing, and my parents, every single time that I leave, whether it's just getting on the plane to go back home after Christmas or something like that, or after a vacation, it's always just like holding back tears, and then we hug, and then it's just like...
My mom cries every time.
Yep.
Oh.
But the first
cry.
time, it wasn't college. College wasn't so bad because we had governor's school as kind of like a primer for that, to get us prepared for that. So I remember that first day of governor's school, and my parents just like moving me in, knowing I was going to be gone for 6 weeks, even though there was like 3 weeks into it, they had the family day and they can come and stay. Like 6 weeks, honestly, wasn't that long of a time, but it was the first time us being away. We were high schoolers.
Oh yeah, that's a long time for kids our age, or that at that age.
Right. So that was the first time when going away. My mom was just like, "I love you," and it was, oh God, broke my freaking heart.
I don't remember if my parents cried or not. They probably did. Gosh, I remember leaving governor's school.
God, leaving governor's school for me was so tough. I was depressed for weeks.
That was one of the hardest. Me too. That was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. My mom came and picked me up, and I cried the whole way home. I cried that night. I cried for several days.
Yep. I remember sitting in my room by myself for like basically just shut myself in my room for weeks, just being like, and having the thought like, they didn't prepare us for life after governor's school, and it sucks.
Right? They didn't. Gosh, leaving was so freaking hard.
Yeah.
That sucked. Ugh. But like when I went to governor's school, I think I wasn't scared or nervous or anything because I knew at the end I'd be going back home.
Right.
So I was like, okay, yeah, this is this awesome program. I'm going to be away from my parents, but I'm going home after. But then when I went to college, it was like, this is it. I mean, I did end up moving home after for a couple of months while I figured some stuff out. But I was like, this is it. You're officially not a kid anymore. And your life is changing from here on out. Yep. You are no longer like fully dependent on your parents, and they're not here to watch over you. Like, you are on your own, except they're still paying for everything, essentially. But, and that scared me so bad. And oh my gosh, I just wanted my mom. Even still to this day, when I get sick, I'm just like, I want my mom.
Yeah.
I just want my mom. And sometimes, I mean, I'll be talking to Casey sometimes. I'm like, I'm kind of feeling blue, feeling sad. And he's like, what's up? It's like, I just want my mom. Like, I'm 31.
Yep.
I just want my mom sometimes.
After my surgery in February, my mom was up here for a week, and it was one of those things that whether or not she was able to come up, I was going to have the surgery nonetheless and do it and try to make it through on my own. But after having her there for me, she was the most amazing person. I would 100% would have died in my bed had she not been there to take care of me and bring me water and get food for me and go to the store. Like, I would have died.
She's a good mom. Both times that we've moved. Well, and I know they did it when you moved up to Chicago, but like when you and I moved in together, and then when we moved out, they flew up or drove up. Drove up this last time, right?
No, they flew the last time, but they drove up the first time.
Okay, I had that backwards.
Yeah.
And helped you move, helped us move, both of us, and that was fantastic. My parents moved me up here, and they're like, "All right, if you move again, you're on your own."
Yep. My mom right now is always saying, well, whenever you move, I'll come up there and we'll move you out to another apartment somewhere in San Jose or something like that. Yep. It's an excuse for her to see her son, which is totally adorable.
See you,
and
yeah.
amazing.
Oh, and I'm sure if I asked my parents to help me move, they would. But yeah, when my dad's always been more the tough love kind of thing. He's like, all right, that's it. We moved you here. You move again. We're not paying for it. And then, I was about to say something about my mom. What was it my mom said? Oh, no, it's my dad again. Sorry. Mommy memories, but my dad. When I got my iPhone 7, my mom and I both got new phones. We both needed new phones. So I was back home at like Christmas or something, visiting the family. So we went, mom and I got new phones. And then when we were done, my dad was like, this is the last one I'm paying for. So I still have that phone, but I'm thinking of getting a new one. He's like, this is the last one. Enjoy it. He's like, oh, damn it.
I found out my parents came up to visit while I was here in San Francisco last July. And we rented a car, and they were asking at the car rental place like whether I had insurance or anything like that. And in my head, I was like, oh, shit, I don't. And my dad was like, no, he does. We've been paying for car insurance for him for the last 10 years, even though he hasn't owned a car.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
I wonder if that's what it's going to be like when we have kids. Like, they don't have a car. They've essentially been paying for their own stuff for years, but, like, we're still paying for some of their stuff. And like, yep. Your 30-year-old child doesn't know if they have car insurance. Like, no, I
think my brother's family, I think Matthew and Megan, are still on my parents' phone plan.
I'm on my parents' phone plan.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason for me not to be right now because I'm just like unmarried, just an unmarried.
Come on, Casey.
Right. So I mean, eventually we'll probably get on a plan, but like, there's no need for me not to be on my parents' plan right now. So I'm just on my parents' plan.
Yeah,
just doing it up, and they're paying for it, and that's fine.
Yep.
Like, I don't mind. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I love you. I just baking with my mom and cooking with my mom. That's also a lot of fun. Like when I go home, we usually have a big family gathering, or there's a holiday or something like that. So my mom will cook or bake a lot of things for like a breakfast, or the baking, of course, would be like a dessert or something. And so we'll spend a whole day in the kitchen preparing all of these different things and getting everything ready to just pop it in the oven the next morning or take it wherever we're going to pop in the oven. I always enjoy that because we always turn something on the TV in the kitchen. We don't pay attention to it. We like half pay attention to it, but we're also talking and hanging out and whatever. And then we just help each other bake and cook and get things ready. And she makes these really good sausage and cheese balls. Love them.
That sounds delicious. I love both of those things.
Oh, it's so good. You just shred up a bunch of cheddar cheese, and then you just get like the Jimmy Dean's or whatever sausage, or Nice's sausage, whatever. And then there's a certain amount you mix it in a big bowl, and you got to get your hands in there. So it's nasty because it's like all up under your fingernails and gross. But you get in there and you mix it all together with your hands. You got to do it with your hands. And then you just make like quarter-size balls. And so we get that ready. We pop them in the oven, cook them, and then you can just reheat them the next day, like in the morning when everybody comes over for breakfast. And we do that, and then we always bake like some sort of a fancy dessert. Either it's a cake, or she makes ice cream now because she's got one of those really fancy KitchenAid mixers. So she loves to make ice cream. She makes good ice cream. So we do that, and like she'll be doing that, and I'm making the sausage balls or the veggie tray or whatever. That's always a fun time that Mom and I do. And then we always end up having to go to Sam's to get a bunch of stuff. And Sam's is like the only grocery store that I'm not like about going to, because I can look at clothes and books too. So.
Yep. Sam's Club, that's a big thing for us too.
Oh yeah, I love going to the Sam's Club.
It's because my mom, obviously we're a big family. We've got Like, if we were to have, like, their normal
You are a
Sunday
big
family
family.
dinners, which they still do every single week. Well, maybe not in the coronavirus, but is
But
like
maybe they do in
15
the
people.
coronavirus. Who knows?
I know, and they don't.
I'm just kidding. Good.
Yeah, so they're like 15 people for a regular Sunday night dinner. And so my mom loves Sam's Club, goes and gets like a giant cut of the filet mignon from there because you can buy it all in a giant piece instead of having to buy them individually cut up, and so much cheaper.
Yeah,
Goes and buys like a
big
whole
time.
giant bag of potatoes.
Potatoes.
Baked
You
potatoes.
do have a huge family because there's 4 of you.
Four of us siblings,
And
2
then-
partners,
Yeah. So you've got 2 in-laws.
and then 3 kids on each side.
Jeez.
Yep.
That's a lot. And then you got your mom and your dad. And don't you always, like at holidays, have random neighbors and people
yeah.
that I've never heard of come
Yeah,
over?
holidays like Charlotte, who's a family friend, and her kids, and we used to have neighbors from up at the top of the hill come down, but then they died. Then we had-
Coming down the hill.
Then we had family friends, the Crawfords, come over from around, but they moved, and
Yeah, Orva.
Yep. You
I
know, there's a
remember when
girl
all
at
of
school
your-
named Olga Krinkle. I think you're reading Orva Crawford. Oh.
I remember when that whole family was recommended friends on Facebook just because I'm friends with you.
Yeah.
I was like, who are these Crawford people? I've never met them. And they just kept showing up. I would say like not interested or whatever to get them removed.
Yep.
You know, like, or just X them. You X them,
X.
whatever the word is.
You're X'd.
You're X'd. But they kept showing up. Ah, those were the days.
Those were the days of our lives.
As the table turns.
Oh, that was good. That was a good little discussion about,
I love
about
my
mommy
mommy
memories.
and
I
your
love my
mommy.
mommy. I love your mommy too. Jessie!
Jessie! Pottery!
Pottery!
Michael! Stupid. Oh, man. Scratch my head. A little itch.
Mm.
Do you know sometimes scratching your head feels really good?
Not a fan.
You don't like scratching your head?
No, it messes up your hair, then makes you bleed, and then your scalp rips off, and then your brain is exposed, and a gnat lands on it, and then suddenly you believe you're a gnat because it's integrated itself into your brain.
Are you Edward Scissorhands? Because this sounds like the plot of that movie.
That's exactly what happens in Edward Scissorhands.
Gross. Stupid. Well, what shall we, what shall we let's?
What shall we let's? Let's potato chips.
Let's potato chips. We'd like to ask you to please follow us on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And subscribe to us on YouTube. That's the vernacular for YouTube. When this podcast goes live on Twitter, we'll post about it, and you'll have the link. Because right now you just type in youtube.com/a-bunch-of-stuff.
Yeah.
And we need you to subscribe because we need a certain number to get
100.
the
We need 100.
a hundred to get the and also with you is what we're getting.
Yep. Whatever we
To
want
get-
our vanity one to be.
Or whatever we want it to be. We can get a vanity license plate.
Yes.
But we need 100 of you to subscribe to us, s'il vous plaît. So if you'll go there and watch the video, because sometimes it's nice to see our faces. I don't know. That sounds really narcissistic. I like to look at Mike's face sometimes. See, look at him. You look like the Will Ferrell on the cover of, what is that, Blaze of Glory? Don't he?
I can't see what my face looks like while I'm making it, but I believe you. Oh, I can't see it. I can see it in the delay on Twitch. You're right. I do.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful. So if you'll go there, please subscribe to us. And then you can also subscribe to Respawn Aim Fire, which is Affable Idiots' other podcast about video games. I'm not involved. I don't know the video game very well. But this
the
one
one
here,
video game.
the one video game. But this fellow over here, he knows all about that one video game. And he's got a good
Mostly at
podcast
night.
about it. At night. Mostly at night. Mostly. That's a quote.
From Bill Paxton.
No, that's
know,
from
it's
the little girl. Oh, wait. No, yeah. The little girl says, "Game over, man." Stupid. And then you can also follow us on Twitter. We've got Respawn and Fire and Affable Idiots. So please get us there.
And
Love
that's
us.
where
We'll be
you're
friends.
going to go tell us all about how well you scored on today's game, You're going to tell us your mommy memories.
Any mommy memories. Memory.
Any mommy memories made me mash my M&Ms.
Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Why? That was so mean of her.
Right?
Moms are the worst. I can't believe haven't made that joke yet.
Moms are the worst.
Moms are the worst.
Freaking 13 Reasons Why. Terrible series.
Terrible show.
Terrible moms in it.
Terrible moms, terrible show. Was it a book? If it was terrible.
I think it was a set of cassette tapes.
Oh, yeah. Cassette.
Yeah.
Cassava tapes.
Carrabba's Italian grill tapes.
Carrabba's. You win. Oofa doofa. All right. But then today, we've got a question sent in to us by, what's Smitty's first name?
Dallas Smith.
Delass
is spilling out of your mouth.
He asks us, Frozen 1 or 2?
Dallas, what a great frickin' question.
I haven't seen the second one yet. So I'm going to have to say 1 just because I haven't seen the second one. Oh. I really want to see the second one. But I don't know what happens in it.
So here's the thing. You and I are on a family sharing plan.
Yes?
I own Frozen 2. Therefore, you own Frozen 2.
So I can just say into Siri?
Yeah, you can just say, watch Frozen 2. And then she'll go, on it.
That's what happened when we watched Prometheus and Covenant. It just came on and played. I was like, oh, Mike must have this.
Yes.
All the others played on HBO. But those two just played on a real movie.
Right.
Like a real movie, not a fake movie. Perfect. So I'll have to watch it.
Yes, watch it.
I will.
And in fact,
I want to.
It's the prequel to the Predator universe. So you have to watch it next.
Officially.
Yes.
And then Dave is the prequel to the prequel.
Yes.
Of the Predator
Yes,
universe.
you should watch all 10 of Dave. Since, I don't know whether this happened last week or not, but since mentioning Dave.
It was last week.
Matt has now watched it all completely, all in one night. Stayed up till like the wee hours of the morning watching it. And then he convinced 3 other people, and it's a big pyramid scheme.
Oh, no, it's Vima all over again.
Vima. Yes. God, I thought of that the other day, and I was like, oh my God, Vima. I haven't thought about that in a long time.
Man. And then I wouldn't live in the room.
Don't you want me to be safe? You don't even care about me. Inside jokes about people.
All the jokes on the inside.
But it comes
now
down
on the
to
outside.
Frozen 1 and Frozen 2. So, Dallas, I'm gonna answer your question with a question. Do I have to choose?
Ooh.
Because here's the thing. Frozen 1, the soundtrack is dope. It slaps. It smacks.
Phenomenal. It slaps.
Smacks.
It slaps every time.
It does.
It's a banger.
It is a banger. Let It Go. First Time in Forever. In Summer. Like,
do you want to build a snowman? No.
Do you want to build a snowman?
God.
No, God, no. That soundtrack.
That was a polar vortex winter.
Unmatched. It is unmatched. Also, the movie, the twist at the end being that, like, you're not waiting for some man to come save you and kiss you. It's your sister's love that saves you.
That's
Super
the true
cool.
love.
Yep.
Yeah. It's about time Disney got on board that train.
Right? Loved it. Frozen 2, however.
I'm excited to see the relationship flourish between the Moose Man and Anna.
I'm going to try not to spoil anything for you, but Moose Man and Anna, like 100%.
100%.
The relationship that they have in the second movie about everything is in support of her and what she needs to be done and supporting her as a like that is on point.
I remember seeing like memes, like something like a meme after Frozen 2 came out, and it was all like, "Get yourself a man like this guy," or like, "This is how you support a woman," or something like. I forget exactly how it went, but it was essentially saying like, "This is what a healthy relationship looks like. A man can support a woman and not be at the front of it."
Yep.
So I'm really excited to see that and to see the sisterhood develop a bit more.
Yeah.
And Olaf.
But the soundtrack of Frozen 2 it does not slap as hard.
Does it slap?
Now here's the thing. Into the Unknown slaps harder than any other song in Frozen 1.
Really? Better than Let It Go?
Yeah. Especially the Panic at the Disco version that plays during the ending credits.
Nice. I love
that
Panic.
Thing fucking smacks.
I'm so glad. Just like side note, can I just say, I'm so glad that Panic at the Disco has stood the test of time.
Right?
I really like
Literally
it.
after this movie came out, I went and I was like, Kanan would not stop singing "Anything Unknown" before we went to go see it together.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Do you want to know what that's from? Do you want to know?" And I was like, "No, don't even tell me. I don't want to spoil it." And then it was Frozen 2. And then we went to see it. And then that became the theme song of our trip that entire week.
Was that big trip that you were on and you went to the
Grand Canyon and a bunch of different places? So we were singing that 5,000-6,000 times a day.
Nice.
But I heard the Panic at the Disco version. I was like, oh my God, this slaps so hard. Panic at the Disco was good. Let me go back and listen to some of the other stuff they had. Yeah. And I went to Apple Music and searched, and they never
a new
quit.
album.
They never quit. Like, I stopped listening to them, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. I hadn't listened to anything new from them. And then I went back and was like, good for them. Yeah. They kept on going, and it's all good shit.
The lead singer's voice is amazing. He can hit such notes. And he played the lead in Kinky Boots.
On Broadway?
I think so.
Ooh, very good.
So not only can he sing, he can act.
Yeah.
In knee-high boots.
In knee-high boots. So Frozen 2, soundtrack does not slap. And the story is a bit overcomplicated. It's like a little convoluted and hard to follow. And by the end of it, you're like, what?
So it sounds like Frozen 1 is the winner.
But let me tell you, the visuals of Frozen 2 are eye-melting. They are eye-melting. Like, we went to go see it. We went to go see it the first time. It was a big theater, but the screen was a normal-sized screen, which I don't watch movies on normal-sized screens. You're right, theater. I only watch things in Dolby or IMAX now because I'm an AMC A-lister. And by that, I mean I don't watch anything now because of the coronavirus.
Yep.
So we went and saw it, and the sound mixing was terrible. You couldn't really hear the dialogue or the music that well. And we're like, man, the mixing of the audio on this was awful. And then, after our vacation, I went and saw it in Dolby. And, you know, the Dolby screens, the best contrast ratio, the most vivid colors, and the absolute pinnacle of audio experience. And it was life-changing. I was watching, I was like, this is the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen in my life. And then you watch it in OLED on your 55-inch LG OLED TV in 4K.
Even better.
Oh, my God.
You're so that kind of makes up for it.
I am. I'm a little bougie bitch. So Frozen 2, it has some trade-offs. Like, it has a better banger of a song.
But it's just one song.
Right, exactly.
As compared to an entire album.
Exactly. It has some character development that I was really a fan of. And it has the most stunning animation that I've seen in a very, very ever. I was going to say long time, but ever. Ever.
Awesome.
But Frozen 1, I set it all up. Kick-ass soundtrack.
Great storyline.
So here's
Still some really beautiful animation.
Here's my thing.
Shooting the ice.
Yeah. I remember we went and saw it in 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Was that
with my ex?
Was with my ex too, with Danielle. I think we went and saw it. And that was like, no wonder we're not together. I was like, we're gonna go see this movie. I'm not gonna hold your hand because when I go see a movie, I am in the movie.
I completely forgot. You told her you were not gonna hold her hand. You are so mean.
In a Disney movie. Oh, God. Yeah, but 100%. When we go into a movie, we are in that movie.
Oh, I like to, but I'll go and I'll cuddle up, man. I used to love it, except for his armpits smelled terrible.
Oh, God. He had the worst armpits that have ever had pits.
They were bad. They were real bad. But I remember after that movie, every time he pooped, he would sing, and I would hear it from the bathroom. Let it flow, let it flow. Which is kind of funny, but also like, sing it a little bit lower. I don't need to know what's going on in there. Let it flow.
So, Dallas, I think by my non-committal answer and Jesse's answer of Frozen 1, because she hasn't seen 2, our collective opinion is that Frozen 1 is the better movie.
What do you think, Dallas?
Yeah, Dallas, what do you think?
And others. Let us know in the comments.
In the comments.
The comments. Rah. Well, today we have a parting positive thought for you, brought to you by none other than possibly Albert Einstein. But there's no substantive evidence that he said it. Essentially, we don't know who said it, but he's credited. And that delicious quote is, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. And you know, that makes me think of our president, because everybody's a human, but if you let a human think they can be president and that they would be good, they might not be. And that's what that is.
That's deep. That's deep.
It didn't go anywhere. But essentially, if you can dream it, you can be it. Don't judge yourself against others and what they do.
Yeah.
Because what they do isn't necessarily what you do.
I even think of this like, don't your own self versus your pre-coronavirus self.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Don't judge the quality of the work that you're doing, the productivity that you have right now based on what you were doing 3 months ago, because
your circumstances are different.
Exactly.
Like a fish's circumstances are not being on land, so it can't climb a tree.
Except for that one fish that walks.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, it still can't remain on land for long, right?
I don't know. I'm not a fish.
Are you, Mitchell?
Full circle.
Full circle. That's a bye. All right, friends. Do you have any questions? Is there anything you want to hear us talk about? Or do you have any good positive thoughts that have meant a lot to you that you'd like to pass on? Let us know on Twitter or Instagram or under a YouTube video when you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And this brings us to the end. Oh, do it. And also, do it with you. That sounds dirty. That sounds like the spunk bug.
Ew, yes.
May the spunk bug do it with you.
And also with you.
Gross. Well, have a great week. We love you. We miss you. We hug you. We don't kiss you because of the coronavirus. Hugs and kisses.
Hugs and sharts.
Sharty farts.